Hello, and welcome back to another Hearts Iron 4 Got the Dameron US single player socialist run. Let's play. Uh, just wanted to point out a few things. I really wish Paradox would be better about fixing bugs. Belgium going communist, right? Social sentiments. They have volunteer effort, which means they took aid for Spain. With their socialist path, this means, I don't know if this is shared with a different path, I forget, but it definitely means that they can send volunteers to Spanish Civil War. Have they? No, they have not. They've not sent any volunteers to anyone. Uh, Portugal and the Soviets are not bud and do send volunteers. Belgium does nothing. Nationalists get volunteers. Spanish Commune, nada, zilch. Soviets going right opposition. They have a bunch of unique decisions to send aid to the POUM. They can give them free divisions and such. Do they take it? No. I even tagged over a couple times to check if they were taking the decisions. They don't. I reported I put it as a bug report on Paradox forums. They probably won't deal with it. They don't help. Italians just went communist. Will they ever take the Garibaldi Legion focuses and then actually send help to Spain? No, they won't. I've done more than enough games where Italy has gone communist, which seems to be fairly common, to know they will never send volunteers to help either the Republic or the Commune. By the way, the fascists will also eventually come into being because the nationalists have to consolidate north and take the focus, consolidate the north. Otherwise, they get the Carlist uprising. Well, sorry, I shouldn't say they would be fascist, but they will have a Carlist uprising. It'll be non-aligned, and there will not be a Spanish directory. I have another save. I'm getting mixed up briefly, where there is a Spanish directory, and the POUM are the only ones left. Nobody has helped the POUM except my teammate there, who's playing as Mexico, who's taking decisions to send them rifles for Army XP or Navy XP if the shipments get intercepted. And that one, France agreed to help the Spain via there's this focus uh, petition for French aid. France said yes. They got a national spirit for it. They never sent any aid, no one lease, no volunteers, nothing. The game needs a huge quality control pass to ensure that all history communist pass actually send volunteers to the Spanish Civil War. A number of them have focuses specifically about it. Actually, I don't know if it can be seen. Oh, yeah, the Spanish struggle. Um, they need to send their chief of the Air Force in order to be able to assign as chief of the Air Force later, for instance, Bulgaria if they go communist, but they never send volunteers. They never take that focus, in fact. Basically, the devs added all these focuses where all history nations can intervene in the Spanish Civil War, but the AI almost never takes the focuses. Even when they take the focuses, like Belgium did, they never actually utilize the focuses. Meaning, actually, the nation stay on their historical path becomes the decisive factor. For instance, in my multiplayer game, Italy stayed fascist. They kept helping the nationalists that helped them win. Um, Nationalists went their Spanish directory pass. That's the one that kept the volunteers. Here, Germany has volunteers. Nationalist Spain. That will help the nationalists. They might win. They'll probably lose actually with how they're doing, but it's helping them, and that should be counterbalanced by the Soviets, who ought to be helping. I think they still have volunteers to the Republic, but after the Soviet Civil War, those disappear, and the Soviets never send more. They won't take their unique things to help the POUM, and you won't see France help no matter what, even if they take intervene. Hold on, let me show this. Intervention in Spain. They can take this focus and they still won't intervene. Basically, the AI never gets involved. I've seen Union Britain, Communist Britain, they don't get involved. It's just pissing me off. One of the few nations that reliably does help is Portugal, which they're currently saying volunteers. They've, I guess, received a quality pass at some point. I think I actually report a bug with their province map, and they seem to have, ever since, they actually send volunteers, so they must have gotten other fixes while Paradox was in there. If they take workers of Iberia Unite, they actually do obviously join the war. So Portugal is the only nation that seems to reliably do what it should be doing, but the Garibaldi Legion, stuff like that, never happens. Nobody ever helps the Spanish Republic or the Commune. It's just, it upsets me. Um, anyways, some time has passed, but I thought is it the same day? I forget to record before midnight before, but besides these bug reports, I haven't done a ton, and I'm doing another video here. I'm pretty tired, but I like to get these on, or I'm in a day where I feel like I can manage it for you guys. I gotta take a breath. I could rail about that, or I could talk about history, politics. The things that Paradox is wrong annoy me, and so does the ways history is misrepresented annoy me. And they're kind of intertwined at times. Paradox misrepresents some things because the popular narrative is false on certain things. Hold on. Shoot, was I talking all this time and I accidentally paused the stream? I hit the unpause button, but it seems it didn't press it hard enough. I'm sorry, you guys missed some of what was going on. I'm not sure where I was left off. Was I talking at the beginning about history, about my irritation with Belgium not actually sending volunteers, the Soviets not helping the POUM? I don't know. God, I don't know exactly where it cut out, and there's no way I can go back and repeat this stuff other than replaying the save, which takes me long enough. Portugal flipped communist and joined the war in Spain via Workers of Iberia Unite. Republic will definitely win. I can't imagine how they'll lose. Though, whoa, they're losing ground. Maybe not. Wonder if this side wins. They don't have the unstable republic, so they'll actually get 100% support. I wonder if non-aligned wins, what path they end up on. Communist side could lose. That's interesting, but they're fighting alongside the Republic either way, and Italy, they finished their war, but they'll probably never actually help. France probably won't help even if they intervene in Spain. I've just been enlarging divisions, doing micro. I was looking at whether I need infrastructure in Montana to get Montana's mill done on time. It's currently saying December 6th, which I was checking calendar to make sure number of days in a month. It's 30 days September 1st and 60 days. 30 days November 1st and 60 days till December 1st, I believe. This is December 6th. So yeah, I'm going to need this infrastructure. I miscalculated or something, or more likely, I calculated when there was some economic capacity surplus in action that's not happening anymore. I'm gonna add one infrastructure anyways. It's gonna be 3 more slots. It might not be terrible. Just get Montana up the rest of the way. Give me some tungsten. Less important than Nebraska, Colorado, though. Oh. a lot of extra infrastructure, and the overflow will go into, and I'll eventually finish it. Just later. Infrastructure should cut just enough days off what otherwise I think will be falling like 5 days short. I'm pretty sure I won't be able to complete this just barely, especially if I continue to sell stuff. Get deliveries of economic capacity surplus. 11 days, 29 days, 16, 18, 18. Yeah, also teching, finished my research slot, starting the Old Age Pension Act. Yeah, guys, I apologize that I screwed up the recording before, but in a way, this means faster progress for you. So I hope that silver lining is good. What I missed was just little bits of micro, really. Not a lot of excitement other than Portugal, which I wasn't even following that close. I didn't realize they're losing ground. That's bad. Since non-aligned Portugal here, yeah, they're at war with the Republic. That could lead to... Actually, that could put pressure on the Republic. Could lead to the commune winning. Maybe. That'd be interesting. It would help the Soviets. Give them more support and stability, which could help them defeat the Nazis. And form a faction with the POUM. We'll see. Fortunately, the right opposition won't take any of their unique decisions to help the POUM, which, if Communist Portugal is losing, there's actually a very reasonable chance POUM could win overall war. Could, but probably won't, because again, the AI won't do what it needs to. Alright, just finish a factory here. I need to get an alcohol infrastructure soon enough. So it's 2, so I probably will swap it after plates. Anyways. Taking any chances that mission, I need to make sure to complete that munitions factory in time. Yeah, I started some anti-communist raids. I mentioned Bowder was a jerk. Made excuses for the U.S. history of imperialism. Terrible human being, terrible example of a socialist. He's not what a communist should be at all. Sure, some of you snickering, but there's much more based socialists they could have picked to represent the U.S., like Eugene Debs, although he is a pacifist, but, you know, there's already some pacifist socialists in the game. You could give a war support debuff, which would mean nothing to the U.S. early on when they have practically no war support, but a war support debuff in exchange for communist support and maybe a stability buff. Because he's a pacifist, that would be... And he's, you know, it'd be a more interesting gameplay choice than just communism support. And he could be an alternative to Bowder. Costs do like with Sweden, give unique decisions based on the advisors. Certain communist advisors unlock certain unique decisions for Sweden. That's it for those rifles. Remember. Get some armory raid. I need to save the rest. Keep not making up my mind whether to just give the rifles divisions directly or give them with more men. I should probably do more men, since it gets me more lend-lease if I have more unmet demand for equipment. And if it's a fully equipped battalion ad, it won't increase the unmet demand, it won't decrease it, which will happen if I just get rifles. Maybe I'll get some on lease. France seems to like to do it. To help. France won't help the Spanish in any way, but they'll help the US in their civil war. Ah. Okay, yeah. Maximus Portugal has just gotten raffle stomped here. Completely obliterated. I mean, it would have been a pain if they did the Iberian Socialist Union, so I suppose that's cool. I'm assuming that this Portugal gets a normal focus tree, but already improved production. I think they have a new industry. What's that? I don't remember. Okay, yeah, that was a terrible raffle stomp. That's gonna hurt their public. Might take a day for that. I'm curious what focus tree path these guys are locked into now. Also, they have no national spirits. None. That'll be interesting to check out later. I missed quite a bit of recording, but not enough happened in game, honestly. So slow recording of pretty much slow moments in the war here, or the game. Where is that? Okay, priority equipped division. It says one division is using it. I don't see any templates that only have one. Oh, it's merging stuff together to the point where I can't find them because there's too many different division templates out here. Oh. Extra divisions in West Virginia. This will go from a 13 to maybe a 15. It might just become auxiliary division. Maybe a 16 because engineers in the mountains not really necessary. My defense. Anyways, now though, 16k in exercise division. Cool. Massively better equipped. Plenty of defense to hold a mountain position. These guys are already better equipped. Really well equipped. Reasonably well equipped. One division a little weaker than others, but looking for really under-equipped divisions, ones I've neglected, forgot about. Looks like it's those guys, and is the mounds. Yep, just the guys in the mountains in New Mexico mostly. I guess because mountains are good defensive terrain, I tended to ignore them. This is the 34th. Be a 32nd Infantry, yeah. They have a better chance of getting 32nd Infantry here. We'll get some reinforcements. Should be plenty. It's not enough to actually hold, but there's other divisions in front of them, so they're mostly for training. In the meantime, just holding a rear position. Cool. What's concerning is the ridiculous attack in a lot of these divisions. They might not suffer crits, but they are gonna have very prolonged battles. Probably should add a few more These are already huge assault divisions, though. I mean, huge. Like 32 width. Guess 2 of those is 64, though. I do have 36 width stuff. I think of it. I guess I could make the 17th material shock. Yeah. I have no idea why Max's Portugal got stomped so quickly. I mean, I did a multiplayer game before where I had a player go that way, and I buried Socialist Union Path, but with the intention I would just say no. I was playing Spain to the Union. They kept a decent number of divisions. So had something to do with exactly where the division spawned or something. Maybe some got encircled quick. That's going to seriously weaken Spain, though, because now they have to fight Portugal as well as the nationalists. Lovely. On the other hand, it buys the communes some breathing room against the Republic. Although the nationalists are now more of a threat to them. Commander raid, good song. How are we doing for time? 20 minutes. This is probably a shorter video just because I'm getting tired and I accidentally didn't record some, but obviously that continued to exhaust me. Really sorry about that, guys. Screen with the recording obviously is not great. Guess completing that story with no overflow. Start thinking about the next one already. There we go. 622 rifles. Still a little low on breakthrough, to say the least. This is really more like a little bigger than 6 infantry divisions worth of rifles and breakthrough thus, but we'll get artillery and engineers as what's ultimately going to be one of my elite breakthrough units. Wonder if I should have just made these auxiliaries without the engineers, but too late now. They'd lose experience if I remove the engineers. That's my largest divisions. I just want the extra support companies because they already have such high organization. Right, so this gives me 32 and 36 width, 68 to attack 70. 35 more. 32 will still be under width. this as well. There we go. Twin breakthrough, still terrible. At each point of breakthrough, effectively it's like removing 3 enemy. Soft attack in terms of won't cause crits, not really in terms of the time to live, but in terms of the rate of damage suffered. You know. These guys will be attacking here instead, so it's just enormous divisions. And they have a number of Springfield rifles, so the breakthrough is terrible. It was good I did give them. These guys have nothing. These are rifles. Same thing. Don't want them to get massacred. Long run, things tend towards smaller divisions being better. Infantry. I probably end up shrinking some divisions after the Civil War, so you can have more smaller divisions with more support companies, more support artillery. Yeah, that was a lot. Inexperienced in excess of regular. It's not amazing, but it takes a lot to get a division up to seasoned anyhow. Six 7.9 defense. Good bit. You're holding on flat ground like this. As these guys will help assault west. That's what I call assault divisions. So 35 width for each direction attacked from. Probably eventually 3 directions, definitely 2. A 32 and a 36 width, so 60 out of 105. Won't be over width at all. This is a witch strike, just how enormous the American West is. Seventh, 42nd. Decent amount of defense. It actually becomes more valuable the closer you are to having enough to avoid all crits. It's worth noting. And then it extends your time to live by the biggest percentage. This is probably overkill. These guys defense for the supplementary role they play. Bigger ones will eventually go on the attack. Probably fight as auxiliaries without engineers, so they won't get defense from support equipment like the engineers will. Turns out, yeah, really the defense stat does come from support equipment despite some inaccurate readings. Still a little low on breakthrough. Oh, 20 breakthrough. A little more when they get up to regular. It's not amazing. This division might end up having to fight unsupported while others cover their flanks, so make sure it's well provisioned with men. Planes. It's actually pretty good defense, but yeah, I don't really. With 16. Give 11th infantry one more. Battalion, not strictly necessary, but help attacking. 32 with infantry division. Help with defending too. 500 rifles, not terrible. Make sprinkle rifles to be used in the train queue. Just get out once my best divisions right so war starts. I suppose I could have kept the older rifles in the armories for the Confederate events if I knew I was going to get so darn many of them. Alright, my front lines are starting to look solid. I should probably consider protecting against naval invasions, at least New York City. Just because the AI sometimes can bloody ignore naval supremacy and launch naval invasions that it shouldn't be able to. Create a few tiny, it's probably deploy a single battalion and size it up to like 4,000 men. Very under-equipped. Would be as an exercise engineer brigade and eventually get support equipment. Maybe have it as an exercise battalion first, but for a while. So there aren't many places left to... $6K a year for coming engineers. Huh. Oh, actually, I might need a few more men in Missouri first. So this is up to like 14 or 16,000 man. Size division, eventually assault one. Or an auxiliary. Fewer losses when attacking, yay. Let's see, 48 days in the munitions plant. Only make it custom structure, I think. I should be getting some weapons. Economic capacity surplus from France and another one soon. Every bit helps. Ironically, buying rifles also helps because it means fewer production lines is what the capacity surplus amongst. So, although I just need more rifles. Buy from Ireland, which will eventually get attacked by the UK, so unfortunately it's giving the UK industry in a way. But, it's not like Ireland to put up much of a fight. Definitely buy from my subject. Cool. Just completed. Everything reordered here. Oh no, it just updated the number of factories. Okay. Capacity surplus out. Another armory raid? I'm getting really annoyed with these. Alright, there's torpedo launcher. Still progressing towards that Navy breakthrough. For depth charge throwers. here in the United States, we are in the business of picking winners and losers in the military industry. And yeah, actually, this idea capital states don't pick winners and losers, bullshit. Historically, they always have. It's usually never trust anyone who tells you that. They have no understanding of history or they're lying to you. Either way. But that, if you weren't clear, I was referring to there's this. We're not in the business of picking winners and losers in the economy. People say that, but yeah, historically, that's not been the case ever. How things actually work. Mm. 46th Infantry. Well, they already have tons of equipment. 51st is under equipped though. It's taking forever to train up at this rate. Oop. That's not where I meant to put them. Find these guys. Let's go and do this. This is probably a more critical area. California Arms Factory to Louisiana. Ugh. Just makes infrastructure in California a little more critical. And the Montana Arms Factory. Eh, 50 minutes. I'd like to get to where I can pre-deploy these. So I can do that off camera. Carlos, Spain is declared a national Spain. Yeah, and the Carlos, we're gonna do a thing. They only have one state. Spain, and yeah. Here come the Carlos. To weaken the nationalists. And actually give more breathing room to the commune. Fun. I'm gonna pop up about that very soon. Carlist uprising in Spanish Civil War, wary of being increasingly sidelined and having their influence of the nationalist front more and more curtailed. The Carlist forces under Manuel Falconde have renounced their affiliation with the nationalist cause, declaring their own independent insurrection. Carlist recruits, predominantly in the north of the country, have turned on their own erstwhile allies, while at the same time continuing the fight against their Republican enemies. The effects on their military position in the Civil War are being downplayed by the nationalist leadership, but it is evident that the current chaos presents ample opportunity to the Republicans. This is indeed getting complicated. What? That ship complete a day ahead of. Oh. Maybe I missed. I can do one more day just so I don't have to deal with that. Also curious to see just how this is going here. Cool. For 9 days, munitions plant. Some days, December 1st. So it's telling me 41 days, but this should cut off at least 2, I think. Plus surplus capacity. It's going to be very close. Very, very close. All right. Well. Hope you folks enjoyed this stream. Take care of each other. Be kind to yourselves. And may always find a guiding star lead you home. Till next time, this is Northstar. Adieu. And best of luck.